day, learning so that we can be better parents, so that we can guide ourselves, be oriented, and in one way or another, be able to bring our children to success, which at the end of the day is what all of us want. Thank you. Welcome to everybody. Anybody who's here, please report yourself in. Because if there's any men there, please speak up. Because I'm getting worried. There's so many women. It's all women. No, just joking. We're here. We are in this struggle. We are warriors. Nothing stops us. Nothing scares us. Not even a pandemic can hold us back. You're not alone. I'm here. I said, I'm here. I'm here. You're not by yourself. Oh, all right, all right. I was like, whoa, who's talking to me? No, but welcome. All right, at least there's one other guy who's here supporting me because actually, any words that are said here might be used against you, as has been said. But no, truly, I'm really happy that you all are here. So welcome to all of you who are listening to me. We are going to take advantage of our time as much as we can because our time runs away on us. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful session to talk about how to be a leader like you have to be. We are in a moment where we are orienting, we are guiding ourselves, our children, our sons and daughters for a better future, which is what all of us want, right? So please, somebody tell me, are you seeing my slides? Are you seeing my PowerPoint that I'm talking? Somebody give me a sign. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Okay. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much for being here today. Truly. I really want to start out with a little question. A little question about some things you might think about, because definitely I've said something. Our children, in one way or another, they are. How do we orient them? How do we educate them? Right? And I know that you share with me this way of thinking. So, look, I want to start out with an example. And from that, we are going to start to develop a theory. The theory that I am going to share with you today, which is the theory of the three I's, which is instill, influence, and impact. Those are three powerful words: to instill, to include, and to inspire. But I want to first ask you a question, and this is a case that I had to learn about in these days, and truly, it's been hard. First of all, as a parent, I need to learn it, right? Here's the comment. A young woman of 18 years old is finishing up her high school, and she wants to study psychology. She wants to study that because she's passionate about it. She loves it. And so she, in high school, talked to the counselor, and he said, look, if you want to study, if you truly want to come out well prepared, really, the University of Michigan is an excellent university around psychology. Listen, you're really smart. Why don't you apply there? And so the young woman came out. She was really motivated she left school and she went home to mom, right? So we're going to talk about two cases, mom one and mom two. So the young woman goes to mom one and says, Mommy, it says, I want to tell you something. I want to study psychology. That's what I like the most. And the teacher today, the counselor, she said to me that the University of Michigan, Mommy, but what do you think, Mommy? Tell me. Well, daughter, why are you going to go so far away, daughter? Why are you going to go over there? Why don't you look for something closer over to here, my love? So many dangers you hear about, so many things that there are out in the world. I'm very afraid that something could happen to you, my daughter. So that's mom one. Now, let's go back a little bit. Let's rewind the video to mother number two. The daughter comes home and says, Mom, the counselor said University of Michigan, but I don't know. I have some doubts. Doubts of what, my love? No, no, don't even think twice about it. Don't even think twice. You need to go. You need to go because you have always dreamed about that career, my love. You are smart. You are astute. You are a leader, my daughter. So wherever you go, you will do well because you are a young woman that's truly very responsible. You were born to be successful, and so you can do this. But mom, I worry about you. No, 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 daughter, don't worry. We have your dad, we have your other siblings. They're gonna keep me company. You don't worry about me. No, 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 no. no, that's why I came to this country. For you to have a better education, for you to have a better future. So don't even think twice about it. So here comes my question, men and women. With which of the moms do you identify with more? Mom one or mom two? Somebody tell me. One, two. With both. Oh, with both. With the second one. With the number two. Number two? Number. That's it. That's it. With number two. Even if you don't believe it, I know many people that are more like mom number one. So many. And unfortunately, because of fear, because of insecurity, we clip the wings of our children. And that is not good. That is not good. If you are afraid, you go to get your own therapy, right? I unfortunately did that. Yeah, I've done that too. But the good thing is that we can learn from our mistakes so that we don't do it with our other children. So now, now that you've matured, now that you've realized, oh, how is it that instead of motivating a child, sometimes you can paralyze them? And that is something that a mother or a father never should do. Maybe another person might try to do it. Maybe the neighbor might try to do it. Maybe a teacher might try to do it, right? But it should never be the parents that are clipping the wings of our children. No, the opposite. We should be the ones pushing our children towards success. Because moms, that's what we came to this country for. This case that I am explaining to you is the case of a friend who was asking for advice, and I said, "Listen, when your daughter was a daughter, you barely. Where did you want to see her get to? Well, in the university. Well, then I don't understand. Now she wants to go to the university, and you don't want to let her go. Please, somebody explain. Truly, sometimes I don't understand the way that we reason. Fortunately, the mothers who come sometimes think that way from other cities in California or other place. But the Illinois mothers, no, they don't think that way. No, these Illinois mothers are empowering mothers. It's the neighbor. It's the neighbor that thinks that way, right? The one that didn't come today. That didn't come today. So now here comes my second question, which is the nice one. My second question is: in the first case, mom won. What might be the result for her daughter if the young woman believes her and goes and guides herself based on her mother's insecurities? What might be that young woman's uh, decision, her result? Mom won. She might drop out of school, right? Or insecurity. Maybe the young woman, yeah, says, "Oh, my mom is right. My mom is right." No, she'll never get to anything. She stops studying. That that's why they also, they end up with bad relationships because of their own lack of self-esteem, and might end up in a toxic relationship. Right. You're very, very participatory. Very good. But it's true. It's very true. Everything that you're saying is true. It's very probable that she ends up staying at home and that she says, "Oh, I wished I could have studied." And it's very probable, as a psychologist, I'll tell you this, it's very probable that the young woman will be less motivated, unmotivated, because I wanted to go to that university. I wanted that university. But that university where I am, I don't like it. The teachers don't, I don't like the teachers. And she's going to start to find problems. When a person doesn't feel comfortable in a place, they start to look for troubles, right? Even in marriages, if the husband or the wife doesn't want to be in the relationship, they start to find troubles. Oh, that you snore too much, that you don't make the beans like my mom made the beans. No, stupid fights, right? Right? When they're not pleased with where they are. And so with our young people, the exact same thing happens as within our relationships. So what would be the result for a young woman from mom number two? What would be the result for the mom that's didn't just hear? You saw how the mom got excited, spoke with power, with energy. Right? No, 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 no. Don't even think twice about it. You have to go. right? It's you can almost hear her heart jumping out of her enthusiasm for her daughter to go to the University of Michigan. So what might be the result for that young woman? She's more motivated. Oh, awesome. How beautiful. She's going to do everything and be able to make better decisions for herself. That's it. That's why I love speaking with the mothers from Illinois, because you understand, you are conscious of what you're saying. Moms, here I am showing you that words have power. Words have power. And I have something for the mothers that are listening. When your son, when your son comes to you to ask for something, I have a question, I have a doubt, the young man needs or is waiting for your answer. When they ask for your opinion, it's because for him, your opinion is important. So let's not waste our opportunity to empower ourselves, to lead, to fill our children with motivation, with desires to make it forward. Because I am sure that when a son or a daughter has a close relationship with their parents, they pay a lot of attention to their parents' opinions. That's why it's so important to have a close relationship with your children. What does that mean? It means speaking to them. It means orienting them. It means even correcting them and scolding them, but with love. So that you understand my mom is angry because I'm being disrespectful, or my father is upset with me because I'm not trying at school. And that's when the children begin to understand. Well, my mom is upset, but it's my fault. So a young woman said that to me. I know my mom gets upset with me, but she's right because I'm failing. I am failing. Wow, how beautiful when a child corrects themselves, when they are conscious that they need to give their best, but there's something that they're doing that is not working. So, moms, why did I want to start out with that question? Because this is going to take me to exactly what I wanted to share with you all. The theory of the three I's. Here it is: instill, influence, and the last one is impact. You see how beautiful? Instill, influence, impact. Right, you can see the three words start with I. That's why I call it the theory of the three I's. So with a short example, I'm going to show you how we can achieve this. So first of all, the word instill. Instill is to instill, to put inside of our child's head the things that we want for them. It's to put in their heads those values, those attitudes, those behaviors that me as a father or mother that I would like to see in my child. I want to see, my love, a responsible, a respectful, a studious, a respectful child. That's what I hope for of you. That's why I'm correcting you. That's why I scold you. That's why I set certain boundaries, because I want to create of you a responsible child. You might think, no, oh, Fernando, but these young people today, they don't listen. They don't listen. Yes, they do. They listen. What happens is that it depends how you speak to them. Careful, because if you're speaking to them just to scold, obviously they're not going to listen to you. But if you speak to advise, to say, hey, I know that math is boring for you. You always tell me that you don't like your studies. But my son, I know that you like to be well. I know you like good clothes, nice brands, luxuries, but we're not right now we're buying you your clothes because you're our child, but when you're older, you're going to be the one who's going to be buying those things because I can't maintain you your whole life. And then when you have to buy those things for yourself, that is when you're going to realize that your studies were worthwhile and that if you had the studies might have made the difference, because it's not the same. It's not the same to earn $13 an hour compared to $100 per hour. It's not the same. It's not the same. So think about it. Think about it, my love, because at the end of the day, the one who's going to decide your future, but it's going to be you, not me. But remember that your studies are very important. So you see, so it's very probable that if I speak that way to a young person, In one way or another, they're going to hear me. And when a child hears me, mom, something is left in their head. Something. You see? Okay, very good. So, with the study, with respect, with anything else, we can also do the same thing. In the way that you speak with them, in the way that you direct your dialogue with your child, they will hear you. Why don't you study? You're lazy. You're so lazy. Oh, this young person. How do you end up so lazy when it comes to his studies? No, moms, believe that word right away is already generating conflict. So please, truly, be very careful, because that is where somebody realizes that yes, truly, there are young people that listen and young people that don't. But the question is, what is that? What's the difference? What depends? What does determines that? Exactly what I'm sharing with you. So here's another example. The woman says to her daughter, 13, 14 years old, daughter, be very careful, my love. You're already growing. You're becoming a young woman. You're very cute, you're very beautiful. Very careful with your friends, because there's going to be friends that are going to say things to you. There's some that are going to say that it's cool to smoke marijuana, that it's fun, but don't believe them. Don't believe them. Don't believe everything that your friends say to you, because sometimes even your friends might be envious of you. So open your success in life depends a lot on the friends that we have. My mom, when I was young, she always said, "Tell me who." She always used to say, "Birds of a feather flock together," and I used to get angry. But then I realized that it was true, and so be very careful. Never consume drugs. Never accept drugs, because if you start on that path, you are going to you're going to ruin your life. And so this way, with that way of speaking to somebody, the mom is instilling in her daughter, instilling in her brain an idea, a very clear idea, which is no to drugs. Never accept drugs. Don't allow your friends to manipulate you. As much fun as it might be, don't let yourself get dragged in when they try to offer you things that you know perfectly are going to hurt you. Unconsciously, the mom is instilling that in her daughter's mind. So those words, when they see in a certain tone of voice, when they see that the tone is paused and calm, they think, okay, my mom is advising me. My mom is warning me. But if you raise your voice a little bit more, and then they say, oh, they're scolding me, or they're accusing me, or they're exasperating me always with their stuff. That's what determines whether those children will listen to us or will avoid listening to us, one or the other. If the mom says that and the young person listens, then they save all of those things in their minds, everything that's said in their unconscious, their subconscious. And so we in our minds, we have two functions. We have the conscious part and we have the unconscious part of our brains. And the conscious part of our brains is, today is Saturday, May 15th, 2021. I'm talking with some beautiful women here that are seeing me. That's the conscious part. My conscious mind knows where I am and what I'm doing, but there's other unconscious things that my brain is also has inside of it that have been instilled in me. And so that's why in our conversations with our children, the same thing happens. The the conscious mind says, my mom is talking with me, I'm sitting here, it's a Thursday, it's raining, my mom's talking. That's what the conscious mind is perceiving. But what the unconscious, the subconscious is absorbing is the psychological message. No drugs, no toxic friends, right? No toxic boyfriends. That is what ends up saved in their mind. So here it comes. So that's the exercise around instilling. Mom is instilling. Now here comes the example. A month after, 2 months after, 5 months after, a year later, because that's beautiful. Everything that's saved in the subconscious at any moment might come up. But when it comes up, it comes up. So at 3 months, at 5 months, or in the university, they have a party. They're in the party, and one of the friends starts to smoke marijuana, and so the young woman gets surprised. She's surprised because she said, "Oh, I never thought that this young woman would be doing that." And the friend comes and offers it. Hey, it's great. Try it. It's cool. This is good. And the other friends too. Yeah, come on, Lupita, try it. Try it. Try it. All of us. Even Monica, who's a saint, even she does it. And so then, moms, it's in that moment when she's put to the test, how much leadership, how much character, how much self responsibility the young woman has. Then, in that moment, is when the subconscious is going to come out. Let's see what she has in her subconscious. And that moment, it's going to come out everything that she's saved away in the very back of her head. So let me give it to you as an example. I don't know if you can see me here. Can you see this? This is a water bottle. So I'm going to give you this example. Let's say that this water bottle is the brain of that young person. From here on up is the conscious mind, from the label up, and everything down below is the subconscious, right? Pay a lot of attention to this. So we're going to say, let's say that this is the brain, this is the conscious mind, and unconscious mind is the part underneath, right? Okay, so the young woman is there. The mom already said no drugs, no toxic friends, don't let yourself manipulate. As cool as and fun as the environment might be, don't let yourself get dragged into doing things you don't want to do. Right? That's in the back of the unconscious, of the subconscious. Now she's in the party. Look what happens. Look what happens. Are you seeing? Are you seeing? Somebody tell me what's happening. It's a cup of wine. The, the subconscious is down below, and at some moment it's going to come out. But that's my question. What's making it come up? The pressure. The pressure. When I squeeze down below here, when I squeeze down below, immediately the water starts to come out. Do you see? Do you see it? Yes, yes. So when I squeeze, that's what I'm referring to. That's it. The pressures that their children are facing. So the pressure when they're being invited to something, when they're being told this is cool, let's do this, that pressures the lower part of the body, the subconscious. It's more or less back here, right in the back, right above the nape of the neck, and that's our subconscious. And so that is when the pressure comes, that the water comes up, that we see the spilling over of all of that subconscious. Everything that's been stored away in the subconscious comes up to the conscious. And what is it that's been stored in the subconscious? Mom's words. Don't let yourself be influenced by your daughters. Don't let joy in the moment get you carried away. Even when you're having fun, you still have to maintain a strength of will to not allow yourself to be dragged away by the rest. And so at that moment, the young woman said she was brave. She was brave, and she said to her friends, "You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave." Oh, come on, do it. There's nothing wrong with it. No, no, no. I don't want it. And please don't keep insisting. And please don't harass me because I don't want that. I don't want that. That's my decision. That's it. Oh, she thinks she's better. Let them think what they want. But no, I'm not going to do it. And then so she says, calls her mom, says, "Can you come pick me up? Mom, aren't you having fun? Mom, please come. I'm asking you to please come pick me up." And mom came, and the mom preferred to leave that environment and to go home. And in that moment, even though the daughter was the one that made the decision, even though she was the one who felt the pressure, at the end of the day, the one who influenced that decision was the mother. Was the mother. Mom, I don't know if you're understanding me. I think here I feel limited through the computer, but I hope that you're absorbing what I'm saying because that's how your mind works. That's exactly how it works. And so she made the decision, and then she separated herself from that group of friends. And so in that friend moment, even though it was the daughter that made the decision, even though the one who said no was the daughter, obviously that decision was influenced.
And that influences a conversation or through several conversations that the mom had had with the daughter. So, as of that moment on, the daughter left those girls, those friends of hers. She abandoned this girl that was called Victoria, that was insisting the most, the one that was pressuring the most, the one that she did not know that with the parents, you're one thing. With the friends, you're a different thing. That happens with teenagers. Sometimes we parents have no idea what our kids are into, our teenagers are into. So I don't want to go out with her again, but she's your best friend. But mom, I don't like that friendship. And she uh, decided not to continue spending the time with Victoria. She started focusing in schools and started to focus in upper class. And she got into the reading club of the high school, and she got into a club for chess because she loves chess too. So she decided not to visit those friends that were not good for her. She's going to better things. She's focused in her school. She's in honor classes, and her grades are very high because she wants to dream big. She wants to dream to get a scholarship. So that mom taught her daughter, had an influence in her daughter. So you saw the three words. Did you see the three words, right? So that is what I mean. When we parents know how to speak with our kids, know how to guide our children, we should guide them, motivate them. We need to know how to use our dialogue in a way that is positive. So when we talk this way is when in other words, what I'm trying to tell you, the most difficult or the most complicated is achieving, ensuring our children listen to us. When you're able to ensure a child listens to you, that's when you are going to be able to use these keywords so you're able to reach your child's subconscious where the true changes take place. Mom, look, true changes of human beings are in our brains, are here in our head because all the decisions are here. That is why there's a psychologist that says, tell me how you think, and I'll tell you how you live. Because the way you in your beliefs, in your values, in your thoughts is when your what defines your personality is located. And believe me that it is so. It is so because why our daughters dress the way they dress? I admire them because they go to the beach and they are all covered from head to toe. They're covered because they are taught since they were very young some beliefs, and the boys were taught to respect these beliefs and to live with these beliefs. So and look, even if somebody else looks at them in despectively, another one looks at them like with certain kind of laughter or giggling, they don't care because that is my culture, that is my belief, that is my way of living and thinking. So that's what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, that our children are going to defend what they are, what they feel, and what they believe when we teach them to value, to love themselves, and to like themselves. And I feel we parents play a very important role in the way children value themselves. And when I say this word, they value themselves, in that word, I include the fact that a child has dreamed, that a child visualizes his or her future. When a child values themselves, they make positive decisions. And look at and I wanted to be here in person to speak more and to listen to you more, but well, still, I still pretend that you're listening to me and you're understanding me because Ladies, gentlemen, let me tell you, I'm very sad to see so many kids doing dumb things in school. We're talking about 13, 14, 15 teenagers that have problems with the police, that they have already problems related to drugs. They are a problem in school, that they are disrespectful to the teachers, that they are disrespectful with their moms. A year ago or a couple of years ago, a young teenager hit her mom. She hit her in front of me. She was 11 and she hit her mom because the mom took the phone. So there is when we notice what we're doing wrong. My grandma told me, you are going to breed ravens and they're going to take your eyes out. So the more I give my kids, then the happier they'll be. The more I give them, they're going to be more demanding to the country. And we believe many times that the kids are going to be happier, but it's not. The more things I give kids, the more unpleasant and unthankful the kid is. So, how should we educate our kids? Moms, these experiences have taught me that to have a thankful kid, you don't have to give them things but words. You have to give them words, you have to give them examples. And there's when you notice that definitely the point is to have a good impact or positively impact our children. And I'm going to give another example for you to know, because let me tell you that impacting or influencing a child is not only with words, many times it's also with small experiences of life, with small anecdotes of life. I am able to empower a child and my son, and I can impact them. This friend of mine, let me tell you the story. This story happened like 5, 6 years back, and the kid had. My friend has a only one child. He was doing bad in school. He was complaining about everything. He was not doing the homeworks. So he had bad friends. So he had friends that were influencing badly, and he had complaints, and then he was disrespecting the teachers. He was grumbling, he was nagging. So he started with a recreative marijuana. They were going to open up new stores to sell cannabis. So my dear friend didn't know how to handle this kid. This kid was already like getting out of the norm. So they were in a conversation, they were eating in their home, they were having dinner, and I don't know why they touched upon this topic of the medicine pot. And I said, this is recreative, yeah, because pot is pot and it damages your brain. So the kid said, by then he was 15 years old, Dad, that's not true. That is not true. Pot doesn't lead you to anything. See, there's a lot of famous movie theater and TV actors. Nothing happens to them. I have friends in school that smoke pot and they're good students. They have good, they bring good grades to class. So he's thought, where are you thinking? Why are you bringing these ideas? If this kid is saying that, it's because he's doing so, because he is smoking pot. It's not so difficult to understand. So he got afraid, and my friend got afraid, and he said, I have to do something because he's only 15 and he's already into that. So I have to do something. And he told me something that impacted me very, very much in the northern part of Chicago, through the lakeshore and with a mountain street under there. There's a bridge, and there's a bridge where there's only homeless live. So he took his son to the homeless a Saturday, like today. He said to his son, look, come with me to the store. I need to buy some stuff because I'm going to fix some things. And he took his friend and he took him to the homeless, and then he got into Dunkin' Donuts and bought donuts and coffee to take these people. So when they got there, my friend called one of the homeless and he said, "You want some coffee? You want a donut? Come over here." So the homeless, one of the homeless approached him and he got his coffee and donut and he said to him, "Tell me, can I ask you a few questions? Can I speak with you?" "Yes, of course, I'll be more than happy." And then he started asking the homeless, "Sir, why are you here? Why are you here? Don't you have family?" And then the homeless started saying, "Yes, I have family, but I lost contact with my family. I never speak with them. I stopped contacting my brothers and all the people I knew." And then he said, "Guess what? I'm going to tell you something. I was a good student and I studied in this school I studied, and I was a very good student. I had very good grades, and at your age, I started to let go by my friends. I listened to my friends. They started offering pot and they started offering other drugs, and I wanted to be a popular kid. I wanted to be cool. I wanted to want to be like one of the cool guys in school. And then I allowed my friends to influence me, and I started smoking pot, and I started with other drugs. And the problem was that the day that I didn't have money to buy drug, I started stealing. The first I stole from was my mother. I stole her jewels she had. My father was so angry and he kicked me out of the house. There is where my problem started. I went to some assumed friends. I went to these friends' house. They were worse than I was. They were in drugs. I got into more trouble, and I looked for a job. Sometimes I went to the job. I came to the job all drugged out. And the last job I had, they kicked me out because I stole wine. So I never pay any attention to your friends. Don't let yourself go for what your friends tell you, because you have to come to and be like I am and live the way I live. And let me tell you something. How old do you think I am? And I think you're 60. I'm younger. I'm younger than your dad. What happens is that drugs destroyed my teeth. Drug destroyed and consumed me, and my long hair and my beard make me look a like an old person. But I got into the world of drugs, and I have not been able to get out of hell. My brothers tried to help me. They took me to rehab center. I escaped from there because this hell, son, never fall into this hell. And my friend told me that when they were going back home, the kid was impressed. So he was so impressed. He said, "Dad, all the things this person told me is incredible, that this man is younger than you." He was so impressed, so impressed. So there it is. That experience changed this kid's life. That life experience completely made the way this kid was thinking. He focused in school. Truly started being involved in school. He did sports when he knew his friends. He stopped doing sports because he loved soccer. So he went back to playing soccer in school, in the school club, and he started focusing back in school. He quit those friends, and long story short, this kid now finished high school with good grades. He won a scholarship, and now he's like in second or third level, the year of college. So parents that you're listening to me there, I'm telling you, Will Atkins have a saying that says, "An image is worth more than 1,000 words." And it's true. It is true, because many times I speak with this kid that I'm telling you, and he always tells me the thing, "Bernays, that experience, that homeless experience impacted my life, changed my life. I'm never, ever, ever going to forget all the things this homeless told me that day, Ferney. That thanks to that experience, I changed my way of thinking." Now, ladies, gentlemen, the father taught, influenced, and impacted. Impacted. Why did he impact? Because he So it instilled, influenced, and impact. It changed the way of thinking, the negative way of thinking that he had in his head, that somebody had put in his head. So here there's another very nice conclusion, ladies and gentlemen. If you as parents don't influence the life of your children, others will do. So you have to instill, influence, and impact. You have to influence your kids' life, and if not, somebody else will do it with so many bad kids that are there in the street, stealing, selling drugs, firing other people's and with weapons, kids their same age. That is why this kid is pulled by the other because of marijuana and pot is so cool. We're gonna have a good time. They believe him, and they go by the moment. So, ladies, gentlemen, I work in complicated neighborhoods, and I'm very, very sad when I see how many kids are so easily manipulated because they do dumb things in the streets. Many of these kids are manipulated is because the parents don't talk to them. The parents work. The mom is loves to watch Caso Cerrado. Instead of watching TV, she should sit with her daughter and see how she did in school, what they did today. Daughter, talk to me about your friends. What is the class you like the most? Tell me, my daughter, what are the projects you have? Come with me to a school meeting. Daughter, come with me. Let's help in school. Let's volunteer with kids. Let's look after kids. All of these activities start developing leadership. My mom is the one that helps kids in school. She looks in the diner. My mom helps teachers to make copies. That is something kids are watching. All of that is being watched by kids, and all that has influences in the kid's head because all of those things that they see is put away in the subconscious mind, and that's why we repeat behavior patterns. Why we do so? Because so many good or bad things are saved away in our subconscious. If you see it, I'm glad. I'm limited with time, and you're hearing me, correct? Everybody's listening to me. Good, because true. Yes, yes, we are good because time is flying by. Yes, we can hear you, but I wanted to finish with a small example, with a small reflection. Ladies, gentlemen, look at this. This is so cool. If you see a man there, can you see this man with a graduated daughter? Yes, it says dad, always thinking any dad, any mom. And let me tell you, any dad or mom can have an influence and impact the life of a child. I, Ferney, I didn't study. That is why I don't speak with my kids. That's an excuse to tell the girl, the boy, don't get into drugs. I don't have to have a master's. I don't have to have a PhD in anything. Or Ferney, I don't speak to them. I don't speak to my son because I don't know English. I don't know English. So like to speak to my son about dogs and my kids about dogs. I don't need to know English. My son doesn't understand when you say, let's go to McDonald's, they understand you, right? Of course, let's go to the stores, they understand you. And the kids understand. The father, the mother, as humble as they are, can have an impact on their kids' lives more than what you can ever believe. I want you to see this at the end. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Thanks today, I graduated myself. My mom led us by another family. Tell me, but can you see there? I never looked for another woman, and because what I had was a woman in my life, and I never made a lot of money. That is true. But do you have family? I've separated myself. So he worked so that nothing would miss, so that we would have money. And because of the current situation, and we could not invite him to my graduation, and I took this graduation to his school. So he has worked so much to so we would have food. Now I have a business degree. And I've been able to achieve many things, and we were able to achieve so many things thanks to my dad. I think somebody's talking to you, Daddy. We made it. I graduated. Hi, sir. Thank you. Tell me, my daughter. I regret everything that happened, and I want to tell you something because I never paid attention at you. So I know that you worked so hard, and the truth is, I regret not being with you. I was very young, and now I notice the big effort you're making for us. And one time you told us that you worked so we would have everything. So I don't know what you're going to do in the future, but I want to tell you that you will always be the man of my life because you have always looked after us. Thank you. Thank you for your great efforts for supporting me. Why do you want us all crying here? Many kids are very, this is a very important reflection. The truth is that this puts us in a very sensitive situation. We made it, Dad. We made it. That man, his wife left him for somebody else. He left her. She left him with the little girls. He gave time to his daughter, and today this man took the daughter to the university with a dignified work. You know perfectly well in Mexico and our countries that work is very poorly paid. Shining Shoes has a very low wage, but we want to give the best to our children, and nothing is a barrier. When I want to see my kid make it, she studied business administration. She's a kid from a man that shines shoes. So I asked myself, and I wanted to go with that man, and I said, how did you make it to pay university to your daughter by shining shoes? Universities are very costly. The only books are so expensive. So, moms, this experience has to show us that definitely we can bring our children to total success where all of us want to see them. Right? So, wow. So, let's give a hand to all of you. Can we or can't we? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Of course, we can. Can we or can't we? Yes, we can. Can we or we can't? Yes, we can. So tell this friend of yours that tells you no, you can't, to come to the summits to learn, to change the way of thinking. Don't you think so? So I have a beautiful book, and you want to know more about this? So read my books, take me to your schools, allow me to go to your schools to talk with the parents, and that is what I want to do. So I am going to put in my chat here my contact information, my name. Let's see if I can do that. So I'm going to place here my email so that if anybody, if you want something, I'll be more than happy to be and support you. There is my email, and I hope you write it down. And I'm also going to give you my phone numbers so that if you're motivated, I even forgot with this emotion, so that you truly, if you're interested, we can speak in your district with your parents, because the truth is that these are very powerful messages that many parents have to. I cannot empower my daughter or my son if I'm not empowered myself to be able to transmit power to my daughter or my son. I have to be convinced that that is something achievable, that is something we can carry out. And that is why it says, speaking about all of this, because we can influence in a very powerful manner the decisions of our children. Remember how I started? You want to be mom one or mom two? Mom one, both. We want to be mom two. You want to have a husband one or husband two, or you want to have two husbands? Oh, two husbands. No, we want three husbands. Yeah. No, as many husbands as we can.